It's really hard for me to imagine now in 2026 that every single person in the room hasn't at least answered on YouTube, on your own channel, on your own website, on LinkedIn, in your Google business page, that you haven't answered the most common questions that people ask you. Because we're talking about going from top of funnel down to bottom of funnel for the next 2 sessions. Aaron's gonna talk to you about it. How do you, screw top of funnel, let's get bottom of funnel. I'm moving to Austin, I watched 3 of your videos, sell me a $5 million house. Does anybody else want that, yes or no? And if you want the masterclass, I gotta get off the stage and bring him up. I don't know if YouTube is gonna be your thing. I don't know if you're ever gonna do it. Take notes anyway. Does that make sense? Because maybe in the future it is your thing and you've already got the masterclass. So you guys ready? Okay, can we give Aaron, Coach Aaron, who is just a delight and brilliant, a giant round of applause as he hits the stage. Let's go, Aaron.
Before we get started, you guys, obviously today they've asked me to talk to you about YouTube and omnipresence and social media and all these different things. But I thought I'd start with something a little bit different for you guys, and that's choice. Today I'm going to give you a choice that you can either choose to take or choose not to take. Right? It's going to be up to you. And I know a lot of you think that that's an easy decision. We can just choose it. Unfortunately, your brain is going to tell you something different today. Your brain's gonna say, no, I can't do that. We're gonna have to take the easy road. I don't like the way I look on video, or I don't like the way I sound on video, or I don't have the time. Your brain's gonna try to take you down this path that's sabotaging you. The neuroscience is clear. My ask of you is to be open-minded. Don't get sabotaged. My ask is this. By the end of this, I'm gonna show you a way that if you give me, say, an hour a day, you'll have the ability to earn an extra $500,000 in 2 years. Is that worth it? Is an hour a day worth $500,000 in 2 years? Right? Now, some of you are gonna be like, that's too good to be true. That's not possible. But then I'm gonna show you people that are doing it all over the country and all over the world. I'm gonna show you a guy in Prague that's done 1 video a week for 4 years now that made $1 million off it this year. $1 million. Actually, it's €1 million. So $1.5 million. And the best part is he's a beautiful human being, but he's goofy. And he's not super comfortable on camera. And he just got into my coaching and did whatever he said he was gonna do and whatever we talked about. And what makes it even better for me, and it's sad because it's still today, he's a core client and has been for 4 years. So you guys should all already be well beyond him. Well beyond, but we're gonna see it. Okay, it's a wake-up call. Look at, hard work does not fix a broken strategy. You guys can sit. This room is full of talent, right? But talent is not going to get you where you need to be. You guys have heard Tom say it over and over again. The version of you that was last year is not gonna get you where you need to be this year. You're going to have to learn to step it up. You're going to have to learn to grow. Where does growth happen? Anybody? Outside your comfort zone, right? I love getting uncomfortable. You guys, listen, I lived in a shack in the Himalayas in 2008 for 6 months. I had lost everything. I owned a mortgage company. I had 3,000 employees. I had 280 offices. And what seemed like 1 day later, it was all gone. And I was ready to cut it. I was ready to pull the ripcord and lived in a shack. And what I learned for me was anything's possible if you put your mind to it. So today, let's get outside our comfort zone. You guys are all familiar with the Matrix, right? Neo, blue pill. This is your option today. Today you can choose to take the blue pill and continue to live your life the way you've been living it and continue to live your business the way you've been living your business, and nothing will change. Or you can maybe take a little bit of what I talked about and take the red pill. and you'll see some. Or better yet, you can maybe implement everything we talked about today and see a whole new horizon. It's really that easy. It's really a wake-up call for all of you guys. It's really, really choice. Okay, let's talk about market reality. Tell me, you guys, if you think of a streaming service, give me 2 streaming services. Netflix, Hulu, right? Your brain will remember 2 core services or 2 core service providers at all times, and it'll come up right away. This is not foo-foo science, this is real. How would you like to be the name that comes up in your market every time somebody says real estate? Would that be good? Do you think that would help you? Right? How many times do you think people say real estate in your market? And you were Netflix. What we're gonna teach you today, what we're gonna show you, will give you that ability if you choose to take it. Look at you guys, for those of you who here has gone to some of the YouTube breakouts here, raise your hands. Okay, here's the magic for YouTube, for everybody. Nobody, except for a very small selection of people in YouTube, knows what the new YouTube algorithm is. Not a single person knows. They have not shared it. I can assure you, Google shared the last algorithm in 2001. It was called Penguin, and I read it cover to cover. Okay, they have not shared a single algorithm since that day. So everybody that is sharing anything with you, or that has written anything, or that manages anything, is guessing. Okay? What I show you today is not necessarily what I would have showed you 6 months ago. We had a belief based on testing of what worked, and then we did more testing, and something better worked, and we've changed. So everything that you've seen over the last 2 days has worked for these people. And all we're gonna do is maybe show you some additional things that will work as well. If I started a channel, I think I saw Scott Steele up here, in 2 years, and he generated $500,000 on his channel, that's amazing to me. That's exactly what I want from every single person in this room. But what I would like more is for in 2 years for you to generate $1 million. Right? So I'm gonna try to show you how you can become one of those 2 brands. Okay, participation time. Raise your hand if you have a YouTube channel. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now keep your hand up if you post 1 video a week. Keep it up, come on, raise your hand if you post 1 video. Now keep your hand up if you post 2 videos a week. Uh-oh, it's getting thin. Keep it up if you post 3 a week, and each video is over 10 minutes. Okay, that's pretty slim out there. I see 5 hands maybe. What if I told you that I could show you 3 channels that were all started at the exact same time, in the exact same markets, where one channel had the best videos, the best production value, the best content, but he only posted 1 video a week. The second channel, a coaching client of ours, the first channel was a coaching client of mine, the second channel is a coaching client of ours, did 3 videos a week, really good production, really good on camera. The third channel did 5 videos a week, but he did no editing. He shot everything with his phone. He was never on film, and it was just property tours every single day, and he was the biggest kook you've ever seen in your life. And then it went 1 video a week was 8,000 at the end of year 1, 2, 3 videos a week was at 30,000, and 5 videos a week was at 110,000. Quantity is always going to win. I'm only asking you today for 1. But this is just like when your coach asks you to prospect, and you say, oh, I don't know about that, coach. But if your coach says, hey, can you make 3 calls a day for me? And you're like, yeah, of course, I can do that. I can make 3 calls, right? And then you do that for a few weeks, and your coach says, can we bump that to 5? You think you could do 5? And then you bump it to 5. That's my agenda for you today. My agenda is start with 1. Start with 1, generate income. I've got people in the room who started with 1, and then all of a sudden they get to come list me for $5 million, and they call me and they're like, I am all in. I'm like, I've been telling you this for 2 years, and you're all in because you got 1 come list me? And they're like, yeah, let's do 3 a week. I'm like, okay, let's go. Okay. Here's the reality. Your clients watch 17 hours of video per week. Did you guys know that? 17 hours of video per week. Who are they watching for 17 hours? Your competitors? We've already determined that none of you are posting anywhere near that much video each week. Is that what you want? You know, in our ecosystem, we would tell you guys that you should be doing, 4 personal conversations with your sphere of influence every single year, and or more. 24 emails, 12 pieces of mail, touching them on social media twice, maybe 2 handwritten cards. What if your video was in front of them every single day? What if every time they went to Instagram, they saw you? Every time they went to YouTube, they saw you? Every time they went to TikTok, they saw you? I know TikTok's a bad word for some of you guys. I have a 65-year-old client that she pushes all of her reels onto TikTok, and she's done 6 deals from TikTok this year already. I love it when my clients say, oh, TikTok's for the young people. Yeah, I guess not. So 17 hours of video per week. What if we could show you a way that we can take a huge chunk of that out in 2 hours per week? So you recording one hour video or one 15-minute video, and us showing you how to optimize that video across all the channels in a very simple, easy to go plan. And that's the goal. Okay, YouTube. Who owns YouTube? Google owns YouTube. And what is Google? Search engine. So what is YouTube? Is it social media? It's a search engine, right? People go onto YouTube and use it as a search engine. Who here uses YouTube as a search engine over Google sometimes? Right? I mean, I can't be the only one that watches YouTube when I'm on the treadmill every day, right? I'm constantly learning from YouTube, and if you're not, it's a mistake. I remember way back in the day, I was trying to, don't tell the police, but I was trying to jailbreak my iPhone. You guys remember when we used to do those things, jailbreak your iPhone? And YouTube was young then, you guys, because it was like an iPhone 4, right? And some little 13-year-old kid in his bedroom at like 1 in the morning was teaching me to jailbreak my iPhone. And I was like, is this illegal? Like, am I doing something, not jailbreaking the iPhone, I'm watching a 13-year-old. Now, it's second nature, team. YouTube is the magic beyond all magic. Why YouTube wins. All right, Instagram. You guys, I love Instagram. I've got 400,000 or 500,000 subscribers on my Instagrams. Most of my stuff is travel related. I have about 1 million subscribers between my YouTube channels, my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook, everything. I'm not saying that we're going to give up anything. I'm going to teach you to have a base and to make that base go across everything. But what you need to understand is when somebody is watching Instagram, they're watching Instagram because they want entertainment. And when somebody's watching YouTube, they want education. There's a massive difference between entertainment and education. And I hate to break it to you, but when your Uncle Sal refers you to his work buddy and you go to do that listing presentation, you think it's a great lead because it's a referral. Wait till you walk up to the house and the wife comes running down the stairs and jumps into your arms and hugs you and says, we watch all your videos and you're like part of the family, come in. Do you guys think that's an appointment, or do you think that's a signing? That's a signing. It's over. If you don't close that deal, you need to have a long talk with your coach. Like a long talk. Okay, education, entertainment, right? Attention, trust. The short form gets you the attention. The long form gets you the trust. I've heard a lot of different things. Like I said, everything is right that works. But 70% of the people that end up on my channel come from my shorts. My channel is predominantly long form. I'm gonna give you guys some background just so you know. I did an entire year with one channel where we only produced 2 shorts a day. At the same time, I did an entire year with another channel where we produced 1 long form 3 days a week. Back then, the long form was only 3 minutes because I didn't know better, right? And we did that does anybody have any idea what you think that happened at the end of the year? The one with short form was at 1,200 subscribers, and the one with the long form was at 10,000. Then I added short form to the long form and long form to the short form, and everything 5x'd. So people find me, and if you look in your analytics, from my short form 70% of the time. They go straight from my short form to my long form, and my long form converts them to a potential buyer or seller. So if you want to do just long form, that's great. If you want to do just short form, that's great. But if you do short form and long form together, YouTube has made it crystal clear in about 3,000 different ways that they're going to reward you. So you don't need 2 channels. You just need to produce content. But here's the beautiful part. We're going to teach you today how we take 1 long form and generate 5 short form from it in 30 seconds. Would that be helpful? 30 seconds to have 5 shorts? And then where do you think those 5 shorts could go? Everywhere, right? How many people here, raise your hand if you're on TikTok? That's actually not too bad. I would tell you this. Every short form that you make should be on Instagram, it should be on YouTube, it should be on TikTok, it should be on Threads, and it should be on X. I use software. I hit 1 button and it goes to all of them. So it doesn't take me even a millisecond more to post across all of my channels. That's not me, you guys. Obviously, my VAs do that, but you get the idea. All right, watch time math. This is a big discussion that you guys have all the time. This is the biggest hurdle that we have to overcome. We're going to get to the omnipresence, but I have to get you guys through the basics first. Here's the thing. All of my clients say, Coach, I cannot post a video longer than 3 minutes. Have I heard that from you too? Right? Nobody wants to watch more than 3 minutes of a property tour. You're crazy. And I'm like, no, if I'm buying a house in Beverly Hills, I want to see the pantry and I want to see the bathrooms and I want to open that dishwasher. I want to see the dishwasher. Show me the sink. I want to see everything. So your mind is lying to you and telling you nobody watches this because I don't watch it. The reality is they do. But here's the magic. Then my clients will say, but I do 10 videos that are 3 minutes and everybody watches all 3 minutes. And if I do 10 videos at 15 minutes, they only watch 8 minutes and I'm getting penalized. And what you guys don't realize is that YouTube doesn't give a flying you-know-what about whether they complete your video. YouTube only cares about average viewer duration. So if you had 10 videos and they watched 8 minutes, they got 80 minutes. And if you had 10 videos that they watched a full 3 minutes, you only got 30 minutes. YouTube gave you maybe a 500 or 600% bump in the algorithm just because you ran that bigger video. Not to mention, I'm going to teach you a big thing here. Okay, this is an AI analyzing 10 million videos on YouTube. Okay, now keep in mind, you guys, that it's analyzing everybody. This isn't focused just on real estate. It did analyze real estate as well. But it analyzed 10 million videos. And it gave us this feedback. And this is what the algorithm does. And before you guys even start, I know some of you guys are going to say, oh, look at that big jump at 3 minutes. Right? And then you're going to say, oh, Coach, you just showed me that I can do 3 minutes. That look okay to you guys, 3 minutes? Here's the trick. Does anybody know what that 3 minutes is? It's music videos. So if you're singing on your videos and I coach you, then you can do 3-minute videos. But if I catch you doing a 3-minute video and you're not singing, you're looking for a new coach. And you guys, trust me, I've got 50 clients in this room. I guarantee you that they would say that is not a lie. Our biggest jerk is no longer with us, our biggest jerk coach. But I'm probably the second biggest jerk coach. But I love you guys, okay? Here's the magic. The magic happens right here at 8 minutes. Does anybody know why magic happens at 8 minutes in YouTube? Oh, that'd be a great guess. No, there's actually what is YouTube in the business of? Making money. At 8 minutes, they do mid-roll ads. Right? So at 8 minutes, you see this massive jump. There's a big little jump. It's almost like literally 200% over what you had at 4 minutes. And mid-roll ads start. And YouTube is only concerned with one thing, making money. They're in the making money business. You can't see it here because when we remade this graph, there's actually a little dip after 8 minutes. For a while, all my clients did everything like 8 or 9 minutes, but there's about a 20% dip after 8 minutes because YouTube is punishing people for trying to game the system, right? But then it goes all the way up to this 18 and 20 minutes. Has anybody here ever watched a TED Talk? Does anybody know how long a TED Talk is? 18 minutes. Every TED Talk is 18 minutes exactly. There's science behind this. There's a reason for it. I'm not going to get into the details because I would butcher it terribly. But 18 minutes is the magic number, right? Are there some little peaks now and then? There are. But what this is telling us is that Every video we make should be at 18 to 20 minutes if we can. If we're over 10, we're pretty good. Maybe over this 12. But this is the magic number. If my clients were making videos and they're 30 minutes, I'm golden with that. But when you get to a video that's an hour long, I'm gonna ask you to split it into 2, because if you have 2 videos that are getting that much love, you're getting twice as much. And plus, when you say part 1 and at the end of your first video, and wait for part 2, you leave your clients wanting something and they come back for part 2 every single time. Plus, they end up watching the entire video. This is the magic. This is indisputable, okay? So when you think in your head and it tells you that you can only do 3 minutes, you have to push that away. I have a van life channel. Does anybody here know what van life is? It's youtube.com/van life. And if you go to my videos, my wife and I have a big Sprinter van and we travel around the world in our Sprinter van. If you go to my videos and you go oldest and you look, you'll see every video that I did for like the first 10 months, I already told you, was 3 minutes long. And I took a class with a very famous YouTube trainer, Evan Carmichael. And it's $15,000 a month. And I had an amazing client that really liked him and wanted to pay for it, so thank you. He's in the room. So, and then we started talking about length and duration, and he shared with me that this is the big gap that you have at 5 and 8 minutes, and I believed him. So at the time, that channel was gaining, like I said, about 1,000 subscribers a month. It wasn't horrible. It ended the year at almost 10,000 or something like that, 20,000. So we decided to change everything to 5 minutes because that's what we thought the number was at the time. And my subscriber count went from 1,000 a month to 2,500 a month. I changed nothing else. I didn't change the number of videos. I didn't change the content. I didn't change the quality. I didn't change the editor. I didn't change anything else. I just went from 3 minutes to 5 minutes, and I went from 1,000 subscribers a month to 2,500 subscribers a month. Then I kept studying it. We kept researching, and then we did this. And then I told my team every video has to be a minimum of 15 minutes, 18 minutes. They didn't get it at first. Every now and then they would produce one at 9. Once again, I'm kind of that jerk coach, right? I'm like, if you produce another video at 9 minutes, you're fired. Look for a new job. I gave you 30 minutes of content. You need to give me 15 minutes, 18 minutes of videos. Anybody have an idea what the jump was? I went to 20,000 subscribers a month. Changed nothing. So I'm not telling you guys what I believe. I'm telling you what I've done now with 30, 40 clients in the room. I have clients in this room right now that were on YouTube for 13 years and had less than 100 subscribers and had never generated a single deal. Or if they had, it was 1 or 2. Where we just revamped their YouTube, revamped their length of time, how many videos they were doing, and their SEO and their thumbnails. The weekly non-negotiable. So just so you guys know, YouTube is nice enough to explain to us every now and then the CEO or an executive will go on a podcast and they'll explain things to us. So there's some things that we know based on what they tell us. Now, is it a fact? Could they be lying? Yes, but we know this. The algorithm wants to see consistencies from somebody before they start giving you the love that you deserve. And they said on the podcast that historically it's 10 to 15 videos. It's not a time frame. It's actually a unit of videos and a consistency number. So they say 10 to 15 videos. So if you're doing 1 video a week and you have to do 10 to 15 videos consistently, same day, same time, same considering length of video, to be getting recognized by the algorithm, you now know that it's going to take you 10 to 15 weeks to start seeing steady growth. If you do 1 video a month, it's going to take you 10 to 15 months. So you're doing great. You're doing a video every week for 10 weeks and you're not getting the views you want because you're so tied to your views. It's a typical real estate ego thing. Or you're not getting the leads that you want and then you take 2 weeks off. Well, you just started over. And that's why we have a weekly non-negotiable. If you're going to do this, if you're going to commit to this, I need you guys to commit. Okay. Who is posting weekly on YouTube? We've already raised our hands, right? Are you posting tutorials? Are you posting vlogs? Are you posting reviews? Listen, there's been a lot of talk about this, and I want you guys to really hear it. If you're posting authentic, interesting content, you're going to get subscribers and you're going to get deals. If Scott, the gentleman I mentioned, he's got a channel, Eat, Live, Love, San Fernando Valley. It's all him interviewing restaurants. Crosses over, he's got another real estate channel. I've got tons of clients that do restaurant interviews, neighborhood tours, interviewing local developers, doing all this all on the same channel that are having amazing growth and are generating 7 figures. Now, do some people have luck just doing property tours? Yes, because it's the number one thing that people are searching for on YouTube. It's the lowest converting real estate video, but it's the number one video to get people to your channel if you're doing your SEO properly. So one type of video may bring people to your channel, and another type of video, like a market update, even though it's only got 30 views, may convert somebody. Because somebody says, oh, I like them, they're smart. Or a neighborhood tour, like, I'm selling my house, I don't need to watch a property tour, but Johnny knows my neighborhood, and I'm gonna list with him. So don't get stuck. Don't get caught up in, I have to just do this. Have fun on your channel and be authentic, and you will grow and you will win. I guarantee it. All right, let's talk about omnipresence. This is what this is all about today. The core system. We record once and we publish everywhere. Okay? Now, most of my clients are like, well, coach, I don't have time for all that. We're gonna show you how we do this with AI. What used to take us 5 hours, we now do in 45 minutes. Does everybody here have the ability to block out an extra 45 minutes for an extra $1 million? Right? I think the ROI on that is pretty decent, if you ask me. I mean, I don't know why we wouldn't, but here's the catch. It's just another pillar in your magic suitcase. Does YouTube take the place of prospecting? No. Does it take the place of open houses? Heck no. And does it take the place of your database? Absolutely not. It just improves upon all of those things. You guys are probably asking yourself, well, how do we do 25, 30 assets? So let's do the math really quick. We use an AI, let's say Opus Pro, Submagic. We put our long form video in it. We create one long form video and it kicks out 10 or 15 shorts. Done for you. Has everybody here used Opus Pro or Submagic? Yes? If you haven't, write that down, opus.pro, Submagic. It's very reasonably priced. You put in a video, it's gonna kick out, let's say 10 or 15 shorts, and then it's gonna rate them based on the algorithm. And it'll be like 99, 98, 97. For me, anything over 90 gets posted. Now, do you think that when you watch that short, you're gonna be like, oh, that was magic and it's perfect? No, does it matter? Every video, every piece of content that you put out there, Jason posted this on his social media, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. He's like, every piece of content that you post is gonna outproduce the piece of content that you never posted. That was a magic day for me. I'm like, that is so smart. Why do we not think that? I've got clients in the room that have used Submagic and absolutely refuse to post them. Like, that's not perfect. Perfect is the enemy of done. If you shoot for perfection, you're never gonna get there, right? Never. I'll tell you guys how it works with me, just so you know, because I don't obviously always walk the walk and talk the talk. I do not like myself on video. I don't know. I know I'm handsome, but I still don't like myself on video. Okay. So what I do is I record and I give it to my VA team, and my wife runs the VA team. And we have a deal. We have 4 VAs. Everybody has to watch the finished product and sign off, and my wife has to watch the finished product and sign off. And as long as everybody's signed off, it gets posted. Now, the minute it gets posted, what do? I go watch it, right? My team knows that I will never take a video down, ever. But if they let me see it before they post it, I probably will never let them put it up. Right? Because I'm like, I can't believe you left that and on there. Like, oh, I can't believe you did this. Like, why did you not fix that? Like, it's crazy. And my team's like, Aaron, just calm down. Look at it. You got 6,000 views in like 2 days. So you're doing okay. Right? I'm like, all right, okay. Next time, use the AI. Okay, the flywheel. Long form leads to shorts. We do distribution. We create trust. Trust creates leads, and then we repeat. All right. There's been some talk about batch filming. And I've heard people say this week, you know, we don't batch film for this reason or that reason. I've heard people say we do batch film for this reason or that reason. Here's what I tell my clients, and I want you guys to understand that I expect 1 full-length video every single week, minimum. That's our minimum standards. I'm gonna hold you accountable to more the minute you suggest that you do more. If you're willing to do 3, I'm gonna want you to have 5 to 10 in the can before you start doing 3 a week, because that way if you have a mistake or a problem or a vacation, you don't fall behind. We keep the algorithm happy. But I teach them to batch film. And the reason I teach them to batch film is because what happens when you spend all day doing 1 day of filming, You get better faster. Okay. Has anybody ever had this with software? You get really good at software, you don't use it for a month or two, and then you're like, how do I do this? It's the same thing with being camera ready. It's the same thing with filming. It's the same thing with speaking or talking or reading your teleprompter or using your hand movements. When you shoot for 8 hours a day, every other week or every week, you get good, and you get good fast. And what do you think happens when you get good fast? Do you think more people watch you? You think more people like you? We all know people like themselves, right? So as you get good, you also become the most important thing to me. You become more authentic. You get to that point where you're like, this is fun. That's when you have it. That's when people start following you. That's when people start hugging you. That's when it gets a little bit crazy. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you a couple of my clients, but you guys may not realize this, but when you're famous on YouTube, it's the same thing as being famous on TV. I swear to goodness. This is one of my favorite editing programs and AI programs, Descript. I threw this up here last minute for you guys because I wanted you to see it. Descript has a built-in teleprompter now, which is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. As I'm recording my video, I can read directly from the teleprompter right there on the screen. I hit a button, it fixes my eyes instantaneously. So if I'm looking on reading the teleprompter, it fixes all of that. If I don't want something, I can highlight a sentence and hit delete, and it fixes the entire video instantaneously. I can hit a button and it'll take out all the ums and ahs or any spaces. I can hit another button, it'll do color creation. So what I do now is I record on Descript and I fix everything before I send it to my team, and it takes me a few minutes. If you're out in the field, teleprompter on your phone, teleprompter anywhere, just remember, don't get caught up in your head, because now we can fix everything. Energy is perfection. There's like no truer statement that I'm going to show you guys today. When you show up on your videos, show up as you. If you are a dud, then try to be somebody else a little bit. Show up with some energy, and people will freaking die for you. Okay, so now you guys have kind of learned the secret. At a certain point, all of this content that you created, so we've created 5 shorts on Opus Pro. Let's say we've put those on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube Shorts, and maybe even on Threads, right? So there's 20 pieces of content, by the way. Then we've taken maybe 4 or 5 screenshots and some quotes, and we made some carousels on Instagram. So now we've got maybe another 5 pieces of content. Then we posted our long form on our Facebook business page, and we posted our long form on the LinkedIn. We got a couple more. Now our one video has become omnipresent, and people are seeing you everywhere. You're in the grocery store and you run into one of your ex-clients, and they're gonna be like, oh my God, Carly, I see you everywhere. And you're gonna be like, really? That's so strange. Wow, I guess my team's doing a great job. Thank you. Right? That's what we want. Because you walk out of that grocery store and you're like, oh my God, yes. Right? Maybe I don't have to call them 4 times a year now. Maybe I can automate some of that stuff. But that's what happens. You stop chasing them and they start chasing you. That's the power. That's craziness. All right, psychology. Let's see if this works. It's supposed to be a video of me. Here's what it is. Your confidence doesn't come first. This is where most people make the mistake. The reps come first. You do this over and over again and the confidence will come. The neuroplasticity in your brain needs to upgrade its wiring, right? So the first few days when you do something new, it feels clunky because your old wiring is still active. You're still on that old dirt path. But when you keep going, your brain flips. And all of a sudden, the new wiring is easier than the old wiring. Okay. Does everybody understand what neuroplasticity is? New neural pathways. They've proven now that you can build neural pathways throughout your entire lifetime. Doesn't matter how old you are. We're going to go really quick. This is one of my clients. I'm sad to say because I feel like a terrible coach. Another core client, right? 4 years ago, she did 18 videos. She averaged 2 minutes. 3 years ago, she did 8 videos. She averaged 2 minutes. 2 years ago, she did 60 videos that averaged 3 minutes. In the last 2 years ago, she had about 4,000 subscribers. I got her off her rear end this year. She did 156 videos, 12 minutes. She's at 130,000 subscribers. She closed 92 deals. 48 of them are from YouTube. She currently has about 45 listings. There's only 400 listings in her entire market. She owns 10% of the market. She does not use a videographer. She does not use a camera. She uses a phone. Her new husband, but her boyfriend at the time, does some quick little edits. She is the most authentic thing you will ever see in your life. She's jumping around in her videos. She's got 3 young girls, and they're in the videos, and she's got stars going everywhere. She's just as cool a cucumber as they come, but she is absolutely killing her YouTube. I love it when my clients go over 100,000 subscribers. This is my client in Prague, Daniel Catullo. I mentioned him to you guys. He does 1 video a week for the last 4 years. He made over $1 million in GCI in euros this year. 1 video a week, 4 years in a row. You guys can actually go watch him now because our channels that have gotten big enough do auto dubbing. YouTube auto dubs his Czech videos into English in his voice automatically. If you're in German, they're in German and Chinese. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to go a little faster for you guys. Another one of my clients, Nick Fong. Here's what I love about Nick. All he does is his podcast. He's not super crazy about his YouTube. We brought on 30 new agents from his YouTube this last year. 30 agents came to work for him because his YouTube is recruiting for him. That's powerful. And he's not trying. Now we've got 130 agents. We closed just about 600 transactions last year. He has about 35% of the Cabo market, so he does okay. Look at the effects are listings, the effects are buyers, the effects are referrals, and the effects are more opportunities. It is not rocket science, okay? This is the excuse killer really fast. If you tell me you don't have time, I tell you, you do not have time not to. You're kidding yourself and you're allowing your brain to steer you in a direction that is not beneficial to you. You need to make the time. We're going to do something here really quick. These are the tool stack that we use. Jason's going to talk a little bit more about that. That's what I want to see right there. That's what makes my heart sing. That PDF link on the right is a bunch of trailing docs that will give you step-by-step of exactly how to do what I did. It is literally the SOPs. It's probably 9 or 10 docs, step by step. This is the YouTube for dummies. Okay, no excuses. The one on the left probably gives you my contact info. Thank you, guys.